You're watching Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
You are watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV.
Serious
about business.
Serious about business.
Micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises is a vital part of any thriving economy, and today small businesses are showing that they are contributing to the nation's economic growth. Business Access TV is here at the Technology Innovation Center at the University of Technology for the Small Business Marketing event. I'm your host, Andrew Ladley, and as usual, I'll have the highlights, so don't go anywhere.
If you as a small entrepreneur employ one person, and all of us as young entrepreneur employ just one employee, and you add one more to it, you'll grow by 100%. So I'm here to bring you greetings on behalf of the Small Business Association, because any policy direction that any government might take, proportionately it will affect the small business person at a greater extent. So it is for us to open our eyes, it is for us to be alert and to speak up, because we know the common saying, the quietest guy get paid last. Why are we so quiet as small business people? Is it that we don't understand our worth to the economy? Without us, there is no economy. Big businesses cannot survive without the small business players. It's impossible. Small business operators can survive without the larger business, but the larger business cannot survive without the smaller ones. So it is for us to step up, speak up, let our voice be heard, and demand what is rightfully ours. Because well-established businesses, they have the resources to lobby government in a meaningful way to get what they want. And because of that, take for instance the insurance industry, the banking industry, they have always been getting more from less. And we would refer to that as funny maths. It's not possible to get more from less, and they are getting more from less. So since they are getting more from less, it is clear to us that what they are doing, it's not sustainable, because one day the bottom is going to fall out.
At JD Seal, our Bachelor of Science degree in entrepreneurship prepares graduates to meet the growing need for creation of new, exciting, and of course, disruptive ventures. Should I put some emphasis on disruptive? We want to ensure that our entrepreneurs will be very creative in their thinking and very, very innovative to ensure that after you leave JDC, they will have a competitive advantage. Now, we have a diverse group of lecturers who has both the theoretical and practical framework to impart the right skill set that are needed for both local and international level of entrepreneurship. I myself am a business owner, I'm a motivational speaker, and I also lecture here at UTech. I am connected both locally and internationally. What do you believe is the end result? My students benefit. We further seek to forge partnerships like the one that you're seeing today with public and private entities to ensure that our graduates are fully prepared for the real world of entrepreneurship. A world that has different seasons, the planting season, the planning season, the fertilization season, and of course, the reaping season. And it is now time to plan for 2017.
So YouTube is extremely good to advertise. Take your commercial that you would run on TV and run it on YouTube. You will see that people will definitely tell you, I see that video, running on YouTube over and over again. There's if you look at NCB Bank, have you guys that use YouTube seen NCB ads, right? They run pretty aggressively on YouTube. So if you take your commercials and run them on the website that gets the most traffic, you'll definitely get a lot of views. The other great thing about running commercials on YouTube is that when people are on YouTube, they spend time on YouTube, right? Sometimes you'll see that the average time a person will spend on YouTube will really be hours. You get lost in YouTube, right? So it's a really great place to put. You're agreeing with me. You get lost on YouTube sometimes? He's like, yeah. So it's a really great place to put your ads. Another great place, but is the most expensive of all of the social media networks to put your ads on, is LinkedIn. She mentioned LinkedIn, right? So LinkedIn is really good for businesses when they're putting an ad up for someone to, looking for someone to hire, right? Job ads. LinkedIn's really great for that. But LinkedIn is a really expensive platform to advertise on. Now, the cheapest way to advertise on social media for a business is to create a video and run it on Facebook, right? So running a video on Facebook is extremely cheap compared to any other type of ad. So here's what I'm saying about social media. When you are looking to really build a business, do some advertising on social media, it's very important that you understand that, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you can look at LinkedIn as well. You can put some Snapchat marketing in there, although you're not doing advertising on Snapchat. There's a lot of opportunity to really take advantage of the power of social media.
All right, so Pat Mart is on Instagram and Facebook. You can follow us there to see where we are, what we're doing, what's the latest in terms of packaging and packaging innovation. That things changes so often. Every month, we see something new that we didn't see before. So that's just how the packaging world works. And then, as you know, it keeps changing, so it needs to be more exciting as we move forward and the world gets more dynamic. Okay, so food and beverage, we serve that industry with a variety of glass, plastic, different types of solutions. Once it's food or once it's a beverage, we can definitely help to align you with the right packaging material for that. Cosmetics, so if you're thinking of going into the cosmetic business, we have a range of solutions for that, so that might be of interest to you. We also have the dispensing systems for it, so whether you're going to make a lotion, a shampoo, there are different types of pumps and sprayers and dispensing units that you use for that. We're also into offering solutions for the pharmaceutical market. So if medicine is your thing, you want to do eye drops, you're going to do something on the pharmaceutical side, I have a good skin product. I know how to mix this and it will heal that. We have solutions for that as well. Chemical, we cover that as well. And we also do some industrial solutions, that we use at the end of our packaging, of our manufacturing process, which we'll touch a little bit later. We also carry this product known as E-Tape, which has been a revolutionary, simple product. It's a box sealing tape, but this particular product actually has 3 times the amount of product on the roll, and the center was made smaller. So a lot of manufacturers are now switching to this product because they find such a great advantage in the savings of that product. We also run a printing operation to support the manufacturers. So what's great is when you come to our office, it's a one-stop shop. You can get packaging materials, and you can also purchase your labels for the containers or the packaging solutions that you choose or we work together on. And we also offer the promotional print materials like the banners, canvas prints, posters, signs, displays. So we really kind of, help you along. You're getting started. We need packaging. We need the right cap. We need protective solutions on our packages. And then we're going to need labels. And then we're going to need to go to the supermarket and to promote. So we help you with all of those solutions. So we kind of make it a one-stop shop for you. Okay, so many a times we have persons that come in and they make great products. As you know, a lot of great products out there today. And they want a label that just says jerk seasoning, because that's what it is. It's jerk seasoning. Now, what happens is that we can't go in and be successful if we're just going to sell a product. And that's a very important point. We can't be successful if we're just going to sell a product. If you're just going to promote a product, what is going to happen is that when you put that jerk seasoning on the shelf with all the others, what do you think will happen? It becomes just like any other one. Is that fair? So our job is to see how can we build something for ourselves. And under that, we have the various products that we carry. And that's the importance of a brand. So we say a brand is a promise. It's a promise you make to consumers when they do business with you. Right? They say that the definition may surprise you, but most people think a brand is a logo or a product name. And let me explain. If I tell you there is this brand that has a tick like that, what would you tell me? Nike, automatically, okay? So Nike is the brand, and that sign was just to help us to connect with that brand.
What is the space like for PacMart in Jamaica currently?
Well, we actually serve now over 2,500 manufacturers. A lot of them are small and medium, and then we also serve large manufacturers, different levels of solutions. But the manufacturing industry is always encouraged, and we are probably in touch with a fair bit, maybe 80% of those who are manufacturing, we actually have contact or business communication or business negotiation with them.
What are your takeaways or outlook from the event today?
Well, really, we're here because we wanted to inspire the manufacturers that have not yet started. There are many sitting in the room here today that we know have a product in their mind, they have a dream, they have a vision, and we wanted just to kind of force this out and into action. We are always available for this kind of counsel and advice and to set them up with the right solution. And so that's really what makes it easy. Manufacturing isn't easy, at its best. But what PacMart International will do is provide that support and guide so we make less mistakes and actually have more success.
So let me ask you a question specific to your company. How long have you been around, and what was it like starting?
It's a very interesting journey. We are 17 years now this year. When we started, we just sold caps, and the only two products we had was caps for a 1-gallon bottle and caps for a juice bottle. But as the customers engaged us, the whole thing exploded. We got into glass, we got into every type of packaging, and finally we did open a printery and print labels, banners, posters, and all the other promotional supportive material for manufacturers. So we now make PacMart a one-stop shop. They buy everything in one place.
We take a break and come back with more highlights from the Small Business Marketing event. Stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Now here are more highlights from the Small Business Marketing event.
Tell us about the cloud and how small business can leverage the cloud to really be like big business.
I can't speak sitting down. I have to stand up. The great thing about the cloud is that it's a total leveler. So you guys might be small businesses, one-person businesses, but the software you use is exactly the same as American Airlines or, it's just that they've got more users. So in the old days, and by that I mean 3 or 4 years ago, as these, the guys were saying, you would have bought a PC or a Mac if you've got lots of money, and you would have bought a server, and you would have bought a connection, and all of that. And that's exactly what a large company would have had to have done. But with the cloud, now you just buy the cloud with your phone. Okay, so there's going to be bundles now which just have all the software that you need to start and run a small, and then when that gets to a medium, and then when it gets to a global corporation, it's exactly the same software, but you just got the bigger version of it, yeah? And the other key thing is that we haven't mentioned it. Of course, we just talk about a small business, but what does that business do? You're all different, many of you, but you'll all have different ideas. Some of them say, food related, some might be tourism, some might be writing a really cool app, software development. so on. And if you think again, just think back, not long ago, say 10 or 15 years, if you were starting a small business in Jamaica, you would just have been selling to people in Jamaica. Yeah? And one of my jobs, like I said, I've only been here a few days, but I've actually got to cover 23 countries in the Caribbean. Okay? So I'm going to be doing an awful lot of coming in and out of Jamaica. But one of the initiatives we've got is that some of the smaller countries, the smaller islands, the challenge there is that with people, who are students or graduating or are just starting businesses, the challenge is that they don't have anyone to sell to. Because they're not getting the right advice from small business advisors, they're not marketing, they're not branding, and so on. So, essentially, with sort of the technology from Digicel and the marketing and positioning expertise from these guys, you've got kind of an all-in-one package that will help a small business grow. And as we said, you will do that. And when I say this, it's absolutely true. I've worked with small businesses in the last few years that have been run on a mobile phone. They don't even have a laptop. They run it all on a mobile phone because it's all in the cloud.
How easy would you say it is to start a business in Jamaica right now?
That's a trick question. It's maybe not easy if you're looking at it from a financial standpoint. If you're looking at it from an opportunity standpoint and to what exists, it's easy. If you're looking at it also from the standpoint of the internet and social media, it's easy. And hence the topic of the symposium and the panel discussions today, right? And the topic is pretty much how to use technology to drive business growth. Because all these young kids who are still in school, they can pretty much start a business right now in school. The internet and social media gives you that opportunity. I'm sure you heard Alisa Little's presentation this morning about the power of Facebook, the power of YouTube. It's awesome. It's a very good time. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you'd have needed a big advertising spend, a big promotion spend. No, all you have to do is to go to social media and it helps you.
So you definitely think that people can take away information from here that will lead them into starting small business that will turn into big business.
Didn't you see all of the little bright lights coming on? Do you see how lit up they were when they were hearing the presentation? I had the opportunity to go into her workshop and I saw them. They're just tuned into her. Yeah, people will leave here today armed and ready to take their business to another level. Or when the presentation just started, a few people raised their hand about who wants to do their business, and then after the presentation, almost everybody raised their hand. So that's an indication.
The Small Business Marketing Event is an annual event that happens to take place during Global Entrepreneurship Week. UTech is proud to be a partner this year for the first time. And we're very happy that the CEO of 2020 Strategies has approached us, an alumni of the school, with a lot of passion and energy to partner in this sector and to create the level of awareness. Our sports department, which is driving sports entrepreneurship, came on board as the initial partner, joined by the School of Entrepreneurship, Ethics and Leadership, that's the Joan Duncan School of Entrepreneurship, Ethics and Leadership, where we also house our Technology Innovation Center clients. Each year we participate in a similar workshop with students who are studying entrepreneurship, as well as we invite students from high schools, other universities across Jamaica to come and join and hear from industry leaders, young, dynamic business leaders, share their stories, share their journey, exhibit, and we also invite the sector to come out and participate. So we're very happy to be hosting in partnership with our team here.
Certainly, small business is definitely vital to the economic growth of a country. What else do you think the government can do to help to spur this kind of growth?
Well, the government, I would say, has started the journey through the Industry, Investment and Commerce arm, through various entities, through Ministry of Education, training programs for small business entities, companies such as Heart Trust NTA, which I'm also a board member. We too have an active program for young entrepreneurs where you can apply for grants to support in this area. We have a number of entities, Exim Bank, Development Bank of Jamaica, several of our banking institutions. They also have entrepreneurship arm to support this. So we encourage the government to offer more incentives to the private sector, ease the access of obtaining some of these opportunities that they have made available with these low interest rates, the accessibility, the training, the guidance through partners such as UTech, University of Technology, where we have the expertise here that can train and assist some of our small business in developing proposals, in developing business models so they can grow their business.
We are an ophthalmic consultancy, as the word suggests. What we do, we actually look at the cutting-edge technology that pertains to vision enhancement. And part of what we are actually looking at here today is actually the effect of technology, screens, tablets, phones, computers, office environment on vision and ultimate productivity. So we are looking at products that we actually have here. One of which I will highlight is the blue light filter that cuts out much of the harmful high energy visible light that is so very damaging for the eye, and which causes eye strain, dry eyes, and feeling of fatigue, right, in the work environment. So we have products here looking at that, and that's part of what we do and are developing more and more here now.
Doctor, tell me one of the things that Clearsight expects to take away from the small business marketing event today.
Okay, what we want to do is to ensure that we're meeting with people who are interfacing with the technology devices. We are conscious that everyone wants to progress, to make a profit, but we're here to ensure that we can assist, give information, and we can assist in people increasing their profitability, their efficiency, and also their accuracy as they're using screens, computers. Because we recognize that the workforce entirely computerized now, and that workforce has to be comfortable, safe, and efficient.
I'm sure you've done your research, but what is the importance of getting ophthalmic consultancy on glare and things like that in today's society?
All right, what we recognize is that cost is a factor. So whereas we have always had this message, you need to have specialized eyewear, not just general eyewear, darkens in the sun, clears up, but specialized for the computer. This is a work tool, part of your tool in order to be productive. We're seeing that we need now to do organization, consultancy, we move organization to organization, us to corporations to work out special packages so that the individuals, the employees are able to acquire these help.
And that's it from us here at the Small Business Marketing event at the Technology Innovation Center right here at the University of Technology. I'm your host, Andrew Laidley, and as usual, thanks for tuning in to Business Access TV, serious about business.